Well, hello and welcome, people of the internet, to Dark Age Dinos. This is a turn-based tactics roguelike that has sort of like a Dinotopia theme. Dinotopia. Anyone ever seen that? Man, that was it a TV movie? I don't know. It was like a 4-hour movie. I don't know. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here. I need to rewatch Dinotopia. Anyway, the game is currently in a pre-alpha demo. What makes this game pretty cool is that there is online multiplayer. Now, currently, as it stands, you can only play with friends, so if you look here to actually host a game, I should say, you need to create a key, which I think is down here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to create this, so don't try and do it. But yeah, basically, in order to join a game, you need a lobby code. So at this time, it doesn't look like there's any random matchmaking like that. I'm not sure if that's going to be a thing in the future, but if you want a game to play with your friends and you like tactical games, this may be the one for you. If you like Final Fantasy, I should say, because it is a Final Fantasy style combat system. So if you want to check out the demo for yourself, link will be down below in the description as always. But for now, let's go ahead and jump in, see what the game has to offer, and then we'll talk about our thoughts at the end. Now, I have done a quick little run through, so I do understand how the game works for the most part. I wouldn't say that the overall not depth, but difficulty of the game is too deep. It's a lot of it is surface level. So for the most part, if you've played these kind of games, you should be able to get a grasp of what's going on fairly quickly. Now, to start, we have 4 different characters, 2 dinosaur characters and 2 human characters. We have the old guard Sten, who's kind of the tanking character, if you will. We have the wild mage, Lady Treeloff, who, shockingly, is a mage, does water-based damage. We also have, sorry, I have beard hair in my mouth. Or I guess technically it's a mustache hair, whichever you want to go with. We have Scout, who is our ranger, and we have Stray, who is our rogue character. I'm just going to go full on dinosaurs. We're going to go tank and mage and get it done. So we have our passive ability, or basically, maybe not our passive ability, but just our innate ability. So at the start of each turn, the Crusader's damage resistance is increased by 1 for each adjacent character, which, if I remember correctly, damage resistance literally is just damage incoming reduced by that number. We also have our Mace, which does splash damage, has a range of 1, slams a nearby tile, dealing physical damage, and then a shockwave will push away nearby characters. So, splash... Some of the keywords, I think, are slightly off, because from what I remember, splash should be like a T pattern or a cross pattern, but it only does damage to 1 tile, and it costs 3 AP, which are action points. We have shove, similar thing, it's a tanky thing, push characters away. And then we have initiative to tell who's going to act first in battle. Our mage here, when dealing damage, a shard of water magic will strike a nearby opponent. Wow. That hair really doesn't want to go away. That's pretty gross. That's pretty gross. Not gonna lie. Deals water damage to 3 tiles in a line, and you can do friendly fire damage, so don't be blasting water at your tanky boy. Then we got downpour. See, so for example, this is splash damage. This I know hits in a cross. So the fact that like this says splash, I'm not sure. Technically it is because it pushes enemies away, but it doesn't do damage in the cross. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump in. That's enough talking here. So we have our, you know, kind of map that we expect to see in a lot of these roguelikes. Unfortunately, as far as I can tell, there's no way to scroll through. Sorry, right click. Okay, I was going through all the typical buttons and I did the last one first. One thing that's kind of, I wish they had, there is nowhere in here that shows keybinds or controls of any kind. So you kind of got to figure, not that there needs to be many controls, but yeah, I was going through, scrolling, hold middle mouse button, WASD, nothing was doing it. So right mouse button to move the map. So let's take a look at the map here. What do we got? So obviously we've got the boss at the end. Some of the pathways I think should be brightened up a bit, especially when they're over the trees. I don't know, like this one is incredibly hard to see. This one is even harder, even though that's pretty straightforward. But for example, to get to this mini boss, it looks like you have to go up and around here and down, but there's actually a pathway here, just very hard to see. So that's kind of a first impression there. And like I said, I played a few maps before, so some of these kind of thoughts I already have. We do have a legend here, which is super nice. I think what I'm gonna plan on doing is, let's see, I want to hit, how early can I hit a shop? I don't want to hit a shop too early. So I think I'm going to make my way up and around. We're going to hit 2 events, hit this shop, and then hit 3 more fights in the shop and the boss. I think that's my plan. I have fought the mini boss before. If we want to fight the regular boss, I'm definitely not fighting the mini boss. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. Okay, so our turn. So we move first with our tank. We got our enemies here, which are very handsome looking guys. We're going to go ahead and move in here. Although I maybe shouldn't have moved in so far so that he doesn't attack me, but that's fine. Now, as for our UI, we have all our characters up here on the side. We have health bars on top of all our characters. We have two different numbers here. We have our action points, which recover to max every turn, and our action points are going to be used to use abilities. We also have movement points down here. I already used all my movement points, so it currently says 0. We then have our attacks here, which do have key bindings underneath them, so I guess that's where you can see them. We have our mace attack, we have our shield attack, which we saw before, and we also have health flasks. So each character has 3 health flasks. So if you want to regenerate a little bit of HP, you can do that, but you only have a limited number of uses. Let's go ahead and end turn. That will go to our mage. Now, let's see. You can also see action points below. The 3 red dots are how many action points they cost. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to hit anyone, I believe. Even if I do this, yeah, I'm not able to hit this. Can I get rid of terrain? No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like it can be targeted, but it doesn't do anything. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and end the turn. It's okay, we're going to take a little stab from this rogue. You can't get to us, so let's go ahead and... If you're pushed into another character or obstacle, additional damage is dealt. Well, we can't do that. So let's go ahead and do... Actually, what I'm going to do is move down here so that way my mage can hit you. We're going to just mace you a couple times, just deal big damage. There we go. Can't do anything else, so we'll go ahead and end our turn. And then we'll go ahead and move our mage. Can I hit you from here? You can do things in any order, so no need. I know in some tactics-based games, you have to use all your movement first, then do your attacks. You can totally, from what I remember, let's actually test this out, because I can attack from here, hit you, yeah, and then I can still move. So you can move, attack, you can move, attack, move, you can attack, move, you can attack, move, attack. I think those are all the combinations. There might be more, but let's go ahead and attack one more time. There we go. And then I'm going to move one more space away just to get as far away from this guy as possible. Let's go ahead and end our turn. Okay, now we need to kind of close the gap here. So let's go ahead and our tank will move up there. Go ahead and end turn. So here our mage is going to do 2 hits here. And then we're going to move back behind our tank. Get nice to the safe zone. Now, one thing I do kind of wish... So camera in these games can be important sometimes. So there are some maps that you can play where enemies can kind of get hidden behind obstacles, or for example, the mini boss is technically large. The one that I fought is larger than enemies, and with the way the camera works, if he's in front of an enemy, it can be kind of difficult to select a character. We'll see if this comes up in the run, but I do wish there was a way even just to pan around the screen, just like an additional 20 or 30 degrees. It doesn't need to be a full 90-degree rotation of the map. Or maybe if you ever played oh boy, Ogre Tactics, Tactics Ogre Reborn. Holy crap, I got there. That had an effect where the map turns 90 degrees, but it also goes directly vertical, kind of like old school Final Fantasy. That's actually a really nice touch to do because it's just two camera angles and it covers everything. So let's go ahead and mace this guy once, and then I'm actually going to push you back to try and get you a little bit further away from my mage. Because damage, it do be sticking around. So we want to make sure that we're staying nice and healthy. Now, after each round, each battle, we get to choose a new skill for our characters. So for our tank here, what do we want? Now, we also want to pay attention to action points, right? Because currently, all of our abilities cost 3. So if I were to take something that costs 4, that's the only thing I can do that turn at this point. So, could take Rush down, which would help me close the gap a little bit. But I've tried this before. I think you can only use this if there's an enemy there. Splash is kind of decent just for AoE damage, but I think I'm just going to take the rush down. Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to take Grenado. I'm going to take Grenado. So, combo. The way combo works, it's way simpler than you think. Combo basically puts a token on the character it's on, and then there are certain abilities that will use that token to use an additional effect. Oh, I don't know how big this cone is. Is that good? Or do I just want to do I want to re-roll? Shows you 3 different rewards of the same rarity if possible. You have 2 rerolls per character per run. All right, then I'm just going to take the spray. That's not a lot of damage. But maybe we need something that's maybe just a little bit more AoE based. Okay, so let's do the event. Oh my, you know what this looks like? This looks like the character from Princess Frog, the evil guy. I forgot what his name is. I'm not going to remember. You come across an alchemist muttering to himself as he mixes a foul-smelling potion. "You there!" he exclaimed. "Will you try my amazing creation? Guaranteed to make him more potent in combat. Minus 2 AP for 1 battle, plus 1 AP for all other fights." How important is that? Because again, everything we have costs either 3 or 5 now, so that doesn't really do anything. Yeah, we're just gonna pass on that. I don't think that maths. All right, so now we got 3 enemies. Let's see if we can take out this archer here. Now, unfortunately, our boy here can't make it there. We can Grenado, so good thing we have that. And then we can kind of make our way up. I'm also going to block this path here. So now this character has combo on it. Now, currently, we don't have any way to use said combo, but that will be something we're looking for in the future. So I can actually sit here behind this cactus. And what is our cone? Oh, that is, yeah, that's a big cone. Okay. That might be useful in the future. So let's go ahead and smack you here with some water, and we'll smack you with some more water. Now, I don't think you should be able to hit us. We are behind a cactus. Yeah, you're going to go after our boy here. Oh, and then you're going to run away? It's okay. We're going to go ahead. Move in. Don't hit me. We're going to grenade all 3 of you. You know what? I'm actually... Oh, how do I want to do this? No, I'll do this. I'll move up as... Wait. You can't undo... Isn't there an undo button? I could have sworn there was an undo button. Maybe. I don't remember. Okay, well, I'll just do this. Because we're going to move up here. We're going to use this attack. I didn't want this to be as far as I could move, and then this was the farthest spot I could attack to, which would hit my own guy. So that's what I was worried about. Nice. So we got rid of the archer there. Perfect. Ouch. Don't bonk me, you prick. Okay, and you have some kind of fireball attack. Now, unfortunately, I can't see... I don't think I can see what their attacks are, so you kind of just have to know what they do. For example, you kind of have to know that he can attack both... I guess maybe he's just the fire version of the water character. Okay, so if I come down here, I can push you into this rock, which is going to do some big damage. Do the same thing. Get out of here. Try and close the gap on this guy. And I'll try and pinch you from the other side. Unfortunately, I can't hit you from here, right? Yeah, you're just out of range. And that's not even close. Okay. We'll just hold off here. Can I bomb you? Haha, I can bomb you from here. Got to work on that shield. Same thing. We'll start working down this guy. Can I push you into a wall? I guess so. That does a lot of damage. Okay, so we got gold. What do we want here? Choose a reward. We can get 1 extra AP, so kind of the same argument as we had before. Plus 1 AP when performing a combo. Well, unfortunately, we apply combo. We don't do that. Or 1 movement point. I'm definitely taking the 1 movement point on this character. Easily the best one out of the 3. And then we have additional movement point, 1 action point. Performing a killing blow with water damage causes 3 to 6 damage to all nearby characters. I think I might actually take that. Because of the way our movements go, I think typically my tank is going to reduce the damage as much as possible, and then our mage. However, one thing I got to be careful about, though, is that splash damage works both ways. While the enemy can also do splash damage, we can do splash damage to ourselves. So if my tank is in there getting nice and frisky, I think I might just take the movement point as well. Yeah, that way I can outrun, like, if there's any rogues trying to, like, chase down my mage, I think that might be slightly more important. Okay, so let's go to tar sands here. And now we have 4 enemies. Oh boy. Okay. Let's figure this out. How far can I throw this? Only 3 spaces away. So I would have to get to literally here. But then I'm only hitting 1 because I can't hit this tile. I can hit this tile and hit both of them. In which case I only have to move this far. Okay. And then let's move back a little bit. What am I doing here? I could technically hide behind this rock, but the archer will likely come down here and fight me, try and fight me one-on-one. And I can't kill this, so I think I'm just gonna... I think I'm just gonna stay back, honestly. I think I'm just gonna stay back. See what they want to do first. Especially since you just blocked her on archer, you idiot. Okay. What do we want to do here? I want to work down this archer, but I'm a little bit worried here. So I think I'm gonna... Let's go ahead and push you back. But I want big damage. Actually, let's shove you into the cactus. It's going to do more damage. And then I'm going to take a step back again, just in case I can't get the attack up. I want 1 space between them for my mage here. Which is unfortunate. I could have coned him, but I'm going to do a little bit of damage there. So I think this is... Or maybe this is better. Because then I hit them both. So you can see here, there's also buffs and deep enemies that are weak to water and enemies that are resistant to water. So I think I'm actually just going to go... I wish I knew how much damage that was going to do, guaranteed. So if it's halved, let's say resistance is halved, because I don't know for certain, that would be 3 to 4 damage, which isn't going to kill this guy. Okay, so I'm going to do this stack. Work down the chungus a little bit. We can take care of this guy next turn. Oh, especially if you do this, like this is great. Unless you do that, then I'm less happy about it. Okay, I'm going to punch you a couple times. Actually, I'm going to focus on killing the bird here. See, so like this is one of those situations that's like it's not impossible, but obviously it's a little bit more tough than it needs to be to click this character. So if we had an angle that we could just view top down, that would make it a little bit easier to just swap between. Okay, and then let's go ahead and take out this chungus. And then we're going to go ahead and back up, just so that way we can save ourselves a little bit of damage from these guys. All right, let's see here. So let's go ahead and push you into your buddy. And we're actually just going to move you. I'm going to move you down here because our mage can definitely kill this front guy. I wish I knew how much they move, though. Oh, I guess they're moving 3. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, so I would literally have to be... Yeah, so I can hit him. Well, actually, if I move here, I can hit them both. And then I can just move back. And he can't get me. Look at that. So genius. Okay, I'm going to use one of my heals here. And then I'm going to have my mage come in and finish this last guy off. There we go. Sweet. All right, what do we get here? We get new spells. So we have Wind Blast. Now, what's a little bit odd to me is that our tank, there's no like intelligence or strength for these characters. So technically, like, teaching spells to your tank is not a negative, which feels really weird. Maybe I do kind of wish that the rewards you could get were limited to the type of character that there was, right? So we have some individual spells, like this guy has the mace ability, the shove ability. We have the water-based spells here. So to me, it feels a little bit odd to like the spray ability that I could use it on a tank. I could use it on the archer. I could use it on the rogue. It kind of defeats the purpose for me of having the different classes if you can just put everything on all the classes at all times. Now, that being said, I am going to take Wind Blast here. You've seen the last character that was alive there was weak to wind, and currently I don't have anything that deals wind damage, so I'm just gonna have this to take it. And we do heal a little bit. So actually, well, here's the Wind Blast. I kind of wish I had known that because I'm definitely teaching that here. Magic Missile is a good one also, though. So Magic Missile consumes all AP and for each one, it deals 1 to 3 damage. It is pretty powerful, especially since the mage has the passive here. When dealing damage, a shard of water damage will strike a nearby opponent. So if you're close enough, this can basically, double up on damage. And I think I'm actually going to do that instead, rather than doubling up on the Wind Blast. This would have made it better, though. Oh, no, we did end up going with spray. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Magic Missile. It is more water, so maybe I should take the Wind Blast. But again, if I take the Wind Blast, everything I have costs 3. So it kind of leaves me in a weird position. So I think here I'm gonna take the thing that costs 2. Okay, what do we got? What do we got for an event? Let's take a look. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. In the middle of the desert, your party stumbles upon a forgotten oasis. You see coins glittering beneath the water. You could drink from the fountain to heal 10 HP. Toss a coin. I almost said to your Witcher. Toss some coins into the water. Or the option we're taking, 20 gold. Easy. And especially since it's both, that's actually 40 gold. Now, the thing with that, you might ask yourself, why is it split? Well, the way the shop works is if you buy something for a character, you have to use their gold. I haven't found a way. Now, granted, I've only played for about 30 or 45 minutes before recording this, so in total I have about an hour of gameplay. But I haven't found a way to actually transfer items to different characters. So, yeah. We're basically, each character has 60 gold to spend. So let's take a look here. What do we got here? Tyrant Plan, at the end of each battle, gain 1 gold for every 5 you have. Well, that's not going to be great since we're going to be spending all our gold. 1 action point. Which is actually, unfortunately... Yeah, I don't actually want it here. If I had the Wind Blast, I would definitely want it. Or actually, no, because that's still... Yeah, it doesn't do anything to the math. Everything costs 3, so I'd need to get up to 8 in order for that to be good. When dealing the killing blow to an enemy, gain 1 movement point. More max health. Plus 2 AP, minus 1 MP. That, I think, is going to be good on our mage, actually. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Deals 11 to 13 air damage if the target is comboed. 1 AP is refunded. Ooh, we like that. That, I think, is going to go... How much does that cost, though? 3 AP? Oh. That could be pretty good here. Because even if it goes down to... Yeah, it could be good with Magic Missile. Okay. Tag out swaps position with nearby ally. No, I don't like that one. Windshield grants a nearby character shield up to a max of 8. Okay, so I'm assuming that's just preventing 8 damage. Which is still pretty good. Fires a magical arrow in straight line hitting all tiles it passes through for 4 to 12 electrical damage. That's pretty good, although these two don't really go together because of the cost. I could sell something. I could sell the spray to buy them both. I have tried Lightning Thunderstruck. It's fine. It can end up screwing you though. Because if your teammates are near any enemies, because it brings down a bolt of lightning on a random enemy, unless your teammates are really far away, you have a pretty good chance of damaging your teammates. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do... Oh man, I really hope this heals you, buddy. Yes. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. Because I would have just paid 20 gold for a... Or, yeah, 20 gold for a 25 point heal. So, the fact that we get the max HP on top of it, I'm okay with that. And then I am going to sell this spray. I don't think it's as good. I don't think it's as good as the Magic Missile. And then I'm going to take the plus 2 AP, -1 MP, which is fine. So we're back to neutral MP. And then I'm also going to take Penetrating Shot here for a little bit of electricity damage. So now we have 3 different types covered. And is there anything else I want for you? One more AP. Does that do anything for me? It means that I can do Wind Blast in a regular attack. So I think we're gonna do that. Cool. Okay, we're finished shopping. And let's do the next 3 fights. All right, what do we got here? Now we have 6 enemies. Well, that scaled up mighty quickly. Now what's my range on this? My range on this is 2, huh? Oh, it is a line. And you are weak to wind. So can I just come up here and just... Oh, heck yeah. Oh, and it pushes away? Okay, that could be pretty good. We can work with that. We can work with that. Okay, let's move away a little bit. Now, I got to worry about your range, and you're an archer, so I got to worry about you a little bit. I think I'm also going to blow one of my heals now, since I got time to do so. Might as well. Now, what are we doing here? In a straight line. Got it, for distance. Yeah, so this, for example, doesn't exactly show how far it shoots, right? It says line, it says a distance of 1, which means that it needs to be targeted 1 in front of us. But it never... Let's see, fires magic in straight line hitting all tiles passed through. Yeah, so like this one doesn't say that it goes a distance of 4. It says 4 AP, it says a line, but it doesn't say how far it goes. I guess the same thing could be said on this. Yeah, so there's no indication of range as far as I'm seeing, right? It says line. Maybe the AP, maybe the implication is that the AP is tied to how many spaces it hits. Which is a little bit different for this, but technically 3 AP, and if you look at it, it's 3 in a line, just 2 different lines. Okay, that's interesting. So most of the water weakness is over here. So I think I'm going to kind of prep for them to come down. And I'm just going to kind of position myself over here. Though I don't really have much to do over here. I'm just going to kind of wait for them to come down. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I can't get right up in your face. I kind of want to taunt you, though, to come over this way. So let's go ahead and throw a bomb at you. That's all we can do here. Now, why can't I target you? Is it because this is in the way? Yeah, I guess it's because that's in the way. Alright, well, this is our strongest attack. I mean, it's going to use 8 action points. So, yeah. We're just going to shoot this thing a bunch. And we're going to be hitting this thing because of our passive ability. That didn't do nearly as much damage as I thought it was going to do. Yeah, so now we're getting backstabbed. That's no fun. Oh my god, that range. Okay. Let's see here. What do we want to do? I think I'm going to go down here. Give you a little shove. Give you a little push. Come back up here. And then blast you back. Because then we can do this. Use our water attack. Do some big damage this way. Now, unfortunately, I can't use this. So... Actually, I'm just going to hold right here. Okay, let's see. Do I have enough power to take out you? I think I do. I think I do. So I think I can just focus on taking you out. Not that you're actually going to die, but just kind of, you know. Oh, that's how it works. Okay, so I do have to move back here. Okay, so here we can go ahead and do this attack once, this attack twice. It's not enough, but then we can come up here and we can use magic missiles, which I'm hoping is enough. Okay, nice. And then the reason I want to end here is obviously because I didn't want to end up here because then the pterodactyl could just come down one space and shoot me, which I don't want. Here, I believe I'm protected by this cactus, which looks to be the case. You are weak to physical damage. So let's go ahead and blow you away one time. We'll have the mage take care of you. We're going to come in here. And I'm just going to smash you with the mace. Not going to put you next to you because you like to burn people. And I don't like that. So let's do one of those. And this is kind of the best thing I can hit you with right now. So let's go ahead and hit you with that. That was pretty good damage. Okay, let's air blast these fools. Now I'm going to start... Actually, let's probably shove. So I guess shoving in the wall also counts. Yeah, so our floor, so the trade-off with electric damage or lightning damage is that there's a very big spread, right? Water seems very consistent, although it does say 3 tiles in a line. So yeah, I think penetrating shot is just missing a line of text. Or it's missing a descriptor. Nice, there we go. Big damage that time. Right, that's the slight downside to electric damage is that there's a very big disparity in how much damage it can do. Right, 4 to 12 is a much bigger gap than 6 to 8, but it is in general more powerful. And let's blow you away. Nice, that went a bit smoother than I thought. Take 2 less damage from comboed characters. Oh, I like that a lot. Wind damage doubles against enemy shields. You take 1 less damage. Oh, which do I like more? 2 damage less from comboed characters or 1 damage less from all sources? So I guess the argument is that it means that I have to use the bombs more often. But 1 less damage from all sources. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. This is overall... It might look less, it's only 50% less damage prevention, but this I don't have to force myself to play in a certain pattern, whereas this I do. And then what are we getting here? +1 water damage? If that's to all water damage, it's actually pretty good, especially with our missile spell, our magic missile. Yeah, let's go bottle of salt water. Let's up that damage. God, is this going to be 7 enemies? It is. Okay. So, wait, is that 7 or is that 6? No, it's 7. Okay, that means the next one's going to be 8. Okay, have my thoughts about that. We'll talk about it after. For now, let's just win. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and just focus on knocking this guy back, I suppose. We might actually just be able to straight up kill him. It's gonna deal damage to my own guy. Bummer, 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 bummer. And I can't hit anyone else from here. Alright, sorry, bud. Taking damage. We're at least shocking over here. Yeah, there's nothing else I can do. Okay. Oh, okay. That's new. Okay, so let's do one of these. Now you are weak to electric damage, so you got to keep that in mind. And then I'm going to move my way back here because... So, here's a perfect example of what I was talking about before. Technically, as you can see, there's a tile right here. Now, we are kind of getting this opacity effect so that I can see it. It's just not as clear as I want. I want to see specifically what every tile is on the board. So this is a perfect opportunity to, if you use like that, again, if you use that 90-degree turn, you turn the board, it's technically 45 degrees. You turn the board 45 degrees and you go perfectly straight up and down, and then you can see every single tile. You're not, you know, these trees aren't covering every single tile. Everything stays on its own tile. It would definitely help with visibility. Because this right now, like, am I actually in the right? Okay, I am in the right column. Like, it's hard to tell if I'm in the right column or not. Nice. Actually, is there any reason for me to do that? Yeah, even if both these guys go, I might as well just get as much damage as possible. And then let's go ahead and try and get as far away so that we don't get sniped out by this. So, nice. We've gone immediately from 7 down to 4. Which is a much more reasonable number. Now, of course, these guys are all chunky as heck. And you're weak to air. But I don't want to push you yet. Or do I? Yeah, let's go ahead and shove you. You are resistant. Oh, no, I didn't want to walk that way. Yeah, then let's push you away more. But I don't want to get in the way here, I don't think. Let's just tomped up the bird. What do I want to do here? I don't know. Can I hit? Okay, I can't hit here. I might actually want to take a little bit of damage on my mage. I haven't used any of my healing potions yet, so I'm probably okay for him coming over here like that. Fortunately, I can't hit both of those. So we'll try and get as much damage as we can here. Okay, what do we want to do here? I think the best course of action kind of do what I did before. Just give him a little shove. Oh, wait, except that now I don't have movement. And I can't do this. Okay, we'll give him just a big old bop on the head. Yeah, I was going to try and get the air damage on. I forgot that I followed him with the... Which is another, like... Oh, because it... that's... Yeah, so okay, so this is another place that I feel like tooltips could be clarified a little bit. Now, I will play devil's advocate, and you can see here that it does say pushes forward 1 tile, right? And if you are pushing anytime you are pushing anything, sure, you're going to go along with it. To me, a shield push to me feels like if you're in one-on-one combat, right? You're watching a movie where they're fighting shield to shield, and you have a guy who's pushing in your shield and you shove him off. You're not like, it's not like you're pushing a car, right? When you push a car, you don't use all the momentum and just like push a car away from you. You're constantly you're constantly moving, you're constantly in contact with the car, moving the car forward. Versus with a shield shove, you kind of stand your ground and push him away from you. That's how I feel like this should work. And so you could argue that pushes forward 1 tile fits both those descriptions. So I feel like that should be clarified a little bit, that you also take a step forward. Okay. That being said, oh, is this going to kill you? I don't know if that's going to kill you or not. Oh, there's a pretty good shot that is going to kill you. Okay. Of course. It's okay. We can do this. There we go. That takes care of you. That's why the spell's great. Just uses all the rest of your mana. See, like, he gets a shove. I guess that's probably push. Although push, to me, feels like that would be more of what I'm doing, right? If push versus shove. Should I screw it? I'm just going to come in here and kill you. Oh, you frick. Absolute prick. Okay, I'm going to move 1 closer so that way... Oh, no. I can't hit you from here. And your resistance... Oh, actually, you both resist electricity. Okay. So there's a nice rock here. I think that'll protect me. Well, not if you come up that close to me, buddy. Okay, we should have enough we should have enough damage here. Clear that out. Perfect. I've tried this before, don't like it very much. Windshield, but that's another 4. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to go with windshield. You know what? Screw it. Reroll. Scald Echo. Let's go Echo. That's another air attack. We can kind of make him an air tank, and he has the ability to apply combo. Oh, I hope we get Scald on our mage. That would be hot. Okay, let's go with Echo. Hey, Scald. Fires boiling water in a nearby cell. Character splashed by the water? Wait, what? So, it's a line at a range 1 to 3, line of sight required. I don't care. We're taking Scald. Sounds sweet. I was reading Skewer real quick just to make sure. But yeah, I want to go Scald here. And let me guess here. 8 enemies? One, two, three, four, five, six. Oh, we've lost an enemy. Okay, okay, okay. But it looks like we've gained maybe 1... No, this is about the same. We just don't have the turtle boy. Probably because I smushed him too bad the last time. Okay, let's see, let's see. What do we want to do here? What do we want to do here? Just go ahead and smash this little priesty boy. Yeah, so even if I move just here, Pterodactyl Boy can still come in and shoot me. Don't really have any good movement. Man, I really don't have any good movement. Holy crap. Like, well... yeah, I have nothing I can do. I mean, I can hit you. Yeah, no, I can't waste any more damage here. Okay, that was kind of a bad turn. Okay, luckily we didn't get punished too bad. We got a pretty good bomb over here. Let's see. Now, where do I need to move to be most beneficial for our mage here? You know what? I think I'm actually just going to stay put here. Because the rogue comes down, that blocks off a way for the archer to come through here. Although the archer can probably come here, but I can play around with that, so that doesn't matter. And that kind of blocks off this whole line. So I think I'm actually going to just stay put here. And then let me move back. What's your move? 1, 2, 3. So I'd have to move back here to be safe. And I don't actually think I want to be safe. I think I actually want to incentivize you to hit me once or twice here. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Gotta spread out the damage a little bit. I'm taking too much damage here. Okay. Oh, so I can only hit one thing. It's okay. We get an action point back. If we push you back, it's going to deal damage here. Okay, let me think about the next play here. I think I'm okay just moving in here. Which I probably shouldn't have done. Because then I could have the mage come here, but I didn't see that this spot was here because the tree's kind of obscuring it. And then I could have had a water attack this way. Although this guy is... I mean, they're weak to the other's resistance. Just trying to hit as many things as possible. Although that's a pretty good hit. Okay, I'm happy with that, actually. That does really good damage over there. And then I can just take out some enemies with the magic missile. Okay, I'm actually happy with that. Yeah, we spread out a little bit of damage thanks to our passive. Getting a little bit worried here, though. Especially since I only have one more heal, so... Likely, I'm going to be looking at something to heal us in the shop. I'm not having you anymore. Get out of here. You're weak to lightning. Get out my face. Ah, I can't kill you. It's alright. Deal as much as we can. Okay, what else we got? Oh, you're pulling me back? I don't think you want to do that. I don't think you're going to like it. Now, is there something here? Again, I have to kind of plan ahead I don't remember if there's like a bush here. There's not. Okay, because I was gonna say if there was, I would shove him or push him. You know what? You use your moving points. Get down here. You're weak to fire. We don't have anything fire. Oh no, we have Scald. Good lord. This does so much damage. This is absurd. And let's pop a heal since we have the time. That's a bit too close for comfort there, bub. That's a little bit too close. I'm going to push you into that wall. Oh, you're weak to air. Oh, okay. So then let's push you this way. And let's see. Let's scald you twice. Yeah, wow. That does all. I can only scald you once. All right, that's fine. We'll magic missile you. Wow, that only does that much damage. How does it only do that much damage? 2 to 4. It's going to hit you 3 times. I guess there's a very small chance it'd have to hit all of them before damage. But yeah, that preview looks so small. Okay, so maybe the previews are only counting for minimum damage? I don't know. What do we got here? 10% health from a flat. Well, I don't have any more flasks. Pushing an enemy character into an obstacle opens them up to a combo. Wind damage doubles against enemy shields. I think I haven't used any rerolls yet. Yeah, I'm going to reroll these. Very valuable to merchants. Serves no other purpose. Do I go with that or do I go with Hero's Axe? I am pretty close to that threshold. 2 action points could be pretty beneficial. Could definitely be more damage. Let's see. So we're at 6. That would mean I could do this plus 3. I could do 2 wind blasts. Yeah, okay. We're taking Hero's X. And what do we have here? Same thing. Here, I am going to take the intricate carving because our next stop is a shop. So I'm assuming that I'll be able to sell that. Yeah, for 40. Okay, I haven't even looked at the store, but there's nothing else I can do with it. So we have 40 gold. Let's see, this is 40. Whenever you burn. Nope, don't have any burn. Allies hit by your wind magic take no damage and gain a lesser amount of shields. Okay, so that makes me not have to play as safe. Your actions are 15% more likely to inflict burn, while nothing's inflicting burn. Dealing maximum lightning damage results in 50% more damage than normal. I mean, while that's good and everything... Okay, if I have nothing else to buy, I will buy that. Physical damage cannot be resisted. Okay, that's worth picking up. So we have one option here for our tank. We have just Splash. Nah, don't need that. All nearby allies gain 2 AP on their turn. Does not affect the caster. Oh, but I have to cast it? I don't know about that. Fire Breath. If the target is not open to combo, deal 5 to 7 damage and apply combo to them. Combos received 8 to 12 damage and push back 1 tile. So that allows us to hit harder. Ooh, Shiv is pretty good. That's a lot of physical damage. Would we want to go Shiv or Duelist Gloves? Which do we think is more important? I think the fact that this says cannot be resisted by combos kind of... It doesn't absorb the combo. It just says the damage cannot be resisted by combo. So I think I'm actually going to go with Shiv. That's a lot of damage too. Okay. And now for here. What do I want for my mage? Okay, so lightning rod was an option. Could take batter. That would give us a physical damage on our caster. Fire breath. Eh. Okay, let's go batter, let's go lightning rod. There's a pretty small chance, but if this does trigger maximum damage, oh boy, that could be good. I didn't even see this. Heals a whole party for 20. Okay, what am I selling? What am I selling? Oh, this, get out of here. My damage is completely outscaled this. There we go. Let's heal for 20. All right. I haven't seen this. This is far. I mean, this is farther than I've gotten. So let's go. Well, god dang. Okay, how many enemies we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, it's 8, like I said. What buffs do you have? This character gains 3 movement points if it has shield at the start of its turn. Reinforcements will join the battle to replace lost allies until the character is defeated. Good lord, man. Okay, so what do I want to do here? So I have to just focus you? Because there's no sense in me doing 50 damage when I could just do... Like, if I killed 2 enemies, I could have killed the boss. So... That being said, though, obviously I can't get there right now. So I'm just going to try and do as much damage as I can here, since I can't really move any farther. Well, actually, I can use this for movement. Yeah, there's nothing I can do to hit you that far. Okay, one turn. Excuse me? Okay, that seems great. So, let's see now. Again, I'm having trouble telling, like, where everything is on screen. Let's do a little bit of damage to everybody. I think you're in this line? Makes the most sense to me. I think we're just gonna get beat down by a bunch of long-necked chickens. Every turn, you're just going to gain, what is it, 7, 9 times 3, 27 armor? Yeah, that's not obnoxious. Okay, let's go ahead and take out a chicken. Oh, it does? Yeah, see, stuff like that, this doesn't explicitly say... Okay, maybe this is a choice that they've made, because Echo also doesn't say this, but if something is going to consume combo, it should definitely explicitly say consumes combo. Let's see, so I'll bash you, which is going to push you into my line of, into that line of sight. You guys resist air, but I can do water damage. You're also comboed, so I can do more physical damage. Let's get in your line of sight, start hitting you. And the question is how, if as soon as they die, they come back. I don't know about that. Okay, so it's not an immediate thing. That's a positive. Now, you don't resist anything I'm doing. So I think I'm just going to shiv you a bunch. And then my strongest attack here is easily scald. And you're not comboed, so it doesn't make sense to do that. Maybe I just heal. Do I heal? Yeah, let's pop a heal here. Okay, so they come back one by one. Oh, wait. Do I want to apply combo to you? No, I don't think so. The only thing that opens me up for is it's not brittle, but it's the new physical attack we have, and I don't think I really care for that very much. So yeah, I'm just going to keep skewering you. Or shivving you. Move down here. Oh, wait. I still had 3... I'm so confused. Did I not just... I shivved twice. Did I have 9 action points? Oh, because my health is so low. Oh... Well, frick, man. I could have just gotten extra damage out of that. Unfortunately, now it looks like that was pretty useless. I will put the mage here, though. Go ahead and scald. He's probably going to come... Yeah, okay. Well, that actually blocks the damage from here. Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm kind of going like suicide mission here, to be completely honest with you. Let's get 3 shivs. I think we're good. I think we got it. Yeah, we should be good here, because I can come down here. I can scald you. Nice. Okay. Whew! I was very concerned at the start of that fight, based on everything I saw, because we'll talk about that now. Okay, so we win the run. I'm not sure. I'm assuming the run is going to be multiple different maps when the full game comes out. This is a pre-alpha demo. So because of that, let's discuss a little bit of what's going on here. So we got our Cyclone. By doing different achievements, you get access to different spells. Totally reasonable. We also got Healing Poultice. Cover 5 initial health at the end of each battle. That's a pretty good one. One thing I think that stands out to me is I don't feel that the classes here are distinct enough. Because ultimately what it comes down to, so you have frontline attacker specialized in repositioning enemies and shrugging off hits. Well, yes, that's true. He does start with mace and shove, and at the ready is technically included in that. But other than that, there's nothing that makes him specially built for a tank. I mean, technically, if you want to argue at the ready, but that's such a small thing to just reduce damage by 1. I mean, I think the biggest thing is his health pool, right? His health pool is clearly larger than anybody else. So it makes him the most useful to be a tank. But the fact that he can learn any powers, any skills that the mage can also learn, to me, just it doesn't feel correct, especially when it seems like every ability was really just magic. So basically everybody can learn magic. You start with your initial 2 attacks, which again, here you have Fire Arrow, which fires a flaming arrow, and you have Places of Trap. Here you have your rogue's knives and you have pass-through. But if that's the only thing that really makes your class, I feel like class identity is kind of lost in this game. So there's really no distinct benefit that I could tell, again, besides from the bigger health pool, of going one class or another, since you can just throw all your water and lightning spells on your tank and be totally fine. Sure, your positioning might be a little weird, right? Because you're not going to be up in the enemy's face in order to cast some of the spells like we had. But I feel it's one of those arguments like, do players want to be restricted in their choices? And I think that there's certain times that it doesn't make sense to restrict a player's choices, but I do think there are some that it does. And I think that class identity is one that players are extremely used to. The fact that, you know, if you're playing, like, you know, let's go to Baldur's Gate 3, right? I love Baldur's Gate 3. If you're playing a fighter, okay, well, now that I just realized that this is kind of a moot point, because you can always multi-class fighter and wizard. Let's say you're a level 12 fighter, okay? Let's take out any options here. If you're a level 12 fighter, you're not going to be casting fireballs around, around the map. Likely, I mean, sure, you could throw like a scroll or something, but your intelligence is going to be through the floor. You're going to be cranking out your strength, maybe like your charisma if you got a little bit of warlock going on. So, to me, there's just a little bit of the class decision here is not really as important as it seems. The other thing that I wanted to talk about that was initially off the top of my head is scaling difficulty when it comes to these games. Now, the way that it currently works that I've read from the developers is that the difficulty of the game does scale based on how many characters are currently in game. Now, in single player, currently they have it restricted so that you can only use 2 characters at a time, which I think is a big detriment to the game. I think that you should probably be able to have up to 4 players, even if you're playing solo. Does it take a little bit longer to play your turn? Sure, it does. But I think for one, it offers you more options to be able to play the game and more or less kind of force the characters to be the class of their own by your own doing, but also just give you more options in combat. Typically, I'm speaking for myself here, for tactical games, I've always found them more enjoyable when there's more pieces to play with rather than less pieces. There are certain situations, like we played a game called Tendril a few months back, and that was a tactics game mixed with a deck builder. And in that case, you did play 2 characters. The reason that I liked that one a lot is that the number of enemies was always manageable, but the game was made difficult in other ways. In this one, they just, I was kind of making the joke there, right? The last fight before the boss that we were going to see, I was like, oh, there's just going to be 8 enemies. Because every single map, it was just add 1 more enemy, add 1 more enemy, add 1 more enemy. And at a certain point, when you have 2 units against an army of 8, it doesn't feel like you need to tactics. I mean, sure, you need to tactics your way through it, but to me, it just feels like, okay, I'm just getting brutally beaten down rather than, okay, moving to a slightly different game, moving back to Tactics Ogre Reborn, where you have other things. You have obstacles that you can use to, well, you have obstacles here, but you have elevation. Elevation is actually a big element in that game, especially if you have rangers. But because your numbers are so large in that game, you also have to map out the battlefield. You can see what units your enemies bring, and because obviously this is not a one-to-one comparison, right? Tactics Ogre is all about building a giant army and then selecting from those armies individual pieces that are best going to help you in that specific match. But you can bring different units that are going to help you counter other units. There's just a different way that combat goes about in that game. Now, I do like the customization in this game where you get to pick your own skills and you do get to kind of play them how you want them, build the units. But when you're so limited in terms of units and you're so outnumbered, it doesn't feel like having utility is important. It feels like just what does the most damage, because you just need to pick off 1 or 2 enemies as soon as possible to have a fighting chance. Otherwise, it feels like you're just going to get surrounded, and that's, you know, something that that nobody is going to really enjoy. So that's why I think, again, maybe not having the difficulty scale with the number of characters, because if that is the pattern, you allow players to have 4 characters. Well, now all of a sudden, rather than the final map being 8 characters, well, now it's 12. It's like, well, that didn't solve the problem. I'm still outnumbered by a giant amount. Like, so yeah, to me, that's not a great way to increase difficulty. Maybe the way is like you give them slightly more powerful skills. But again, the fact that I can't, because this game is more based around skills and I can't see what their skills are, I can't really counterplay them. For example, there was that mage, I'm assuming he was doing burn attack in the same way that we were doing this water attack, where he was doing water damage in a line, but I didn't have any way to see his kit, so I didn't fully, or even like under his name, his badge on the right, like it didn't show his 1 or 2 skills that he had, so I couldn't ID like, oh, this character is like the buffing character, or this character likes to push and pull. Stuff like that I definitely would have liked to see. But I think that like the art style is really good. It's really simple and it's really fun. Some of the humans have faces. But no, I mean the dinosaur art is really cool. They all look pretty cool. I mean, I like for the most part the actual spell system. Like I kind of just said, but some of the descriptions we already kind of talked about it in gameplay, but I think they could use a little bit of clarification. For the most part, the descriptions I think are good at what they're doing. It's just, are they doing the best they could do? And like I said, I think there could be a little bit of explanation there. For example, the mace. Technically, the way you're seeing this, that the target range says splash. Well, first of all, splash never directly, I guess splash is always a cross pattern, but there's nothing here on the tooltips to explicitly say that splash is a cross pattern until you see it in game. But technically, I would think that if you're looking at what this ability targets, for me personally, I would want to know where the damage is being applied, and then have the description tell me if there's any secondary effects. So in this example, a shockwave will push away nearby characters. Well, if you take that part of the description away from the targeting, the target is just a dot. It's just a tile. It's not a splash. The only reason that this says splash is because it's counting in that shockwave effect. So if you remove that, it's a little bit more specific. The other thing that we noticed was, so the difference here, so like water staff deals water damage to 3 tiles in a line, which again, the target, you can see the little crosshair says line. That's all kosher. But then we had the lightning attack. Nowhere did that say 4 tiles in a line. So again, like stuff like that, tooltips just need a little bit of polishing, but like I said, overall, they're doing their job. I can at least put things together, and at least when I see them on the board, it makes sense. Like this is another example where if you look at downpour versus mace, these do not damage things in the same way, right? And so especially in a game where there's friendly fire, I want to know where the damage is happening. I don't really care about the push. Like the push can definitely matter, but I want to know, am I going to be damaging my own teammates? So that could use a little bit of clarification for me. I really like the health packs on enemies. That was something that I haven't typically seen in, well, I guess I have seen it in tactics games, but in tactics roguelike games, I don't think I've seen like the health packs on the character, and that was a nice touch. That was a nice touch, having those just kind of built in. And it's not a super powerful health potion, but it helps kind of mitigate some damage and helps you stay alive for a little bit. What else we got? I'm going to be honest, I didn't really notice the music all that much, or I should say it's not memorable enough to me, or at least it was not enough for me to notice whether it's good or not. So I guess what that means is music is decent, because if the music is poor, you're gonna remember it, and if it's good, you're gonna remember it. So I guess if it's in the middle, it's like it fits. It doesn't sway me one way or the other. Yeah, I haven't played multiplayer, so I don't know how connectivity is, if that works. Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess that kind of wraps it up. I guess those are overall, any other thoughts I had, I think I talked about during gameplay. Oh, I guess the only maybe weird thing is the shops, you only being able to buy an item for your own character. I don't know how I feel about that. I think it works in a multiplayer setting. Um, yeah, I think it was probably a system. So to me, it feels like the system was probably built with multiplayer in mind. Because if you're playing multiplayer, it doesn't make sense to have one combined pool of gold. I think maybe in single player that should be changed though, and you should have one pool of gold. Because if you're playing multiplayer, you don't want to like force your friends to buy everything for you and like force all the items onto one character. Like that's just a way to start a fight. But if you're playing single player, I mean, who cares if you put all your items on one character, right? I mean, you could argue like, oh, it's not a lore thing. In lore, the characters would, they would each buy their own stuff. But I mean, who's to say that our tanky boy there didn't want to buy a gift for his duck friend, So I don't know. I think that's a system that could definitely be changed for single player versus multiplayer. I wonder, again, not knowing the back end of how the coding works, I'm assuming that there's probably the same, I don't know, code or infrastructure that's basically it's all the same features in one package, and it's just whether you bring in one player or multiple players into the same package versus there being like two different versions of the game, if that makes sense. Again, I apologize for my vernacular. I don't fully know the back end of game design, but yeah, I hope that makes sense. But that's pretty much gonna do it for this one, guys. Those are, I mean, that's a lot of thoughts. And like I said, anything else I've probably covered in the gameplay, but that's not so important. What is important is, what do you guys think? What are your guys' thoughts on the game? Let me know down below in the comment section. And if you want to try it out for yourself to get a better understanding and then come back and let me know, link, of course, will be down below in the description to the demo page. Not sure when the full game is coming out. Currently, it's just to be announced, but this is a pre-alpha demo, so it's probably pretty early on in development. But guys, if you liked the video, you had some fun, would you kindly smash the like button and subscribe to the channel for more roguelike action? That's going to do it for me today. I've been Ganyonz. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all next time.